Hi, I'm Mariza Craig, your host for this segment of Business is Up, our program that aims to inform you about exciting new economic development projects, business activities, and issues impacting the UP community. So today, I will be joined by some very exciting entrepreneurs and business owners who I know a lot of you can relate to. I am talking about women entrepreneurs who seem to have found the right balance of successfully running a business with family life. So welcome to our show, Melissa Paz and Erin Josie, co-owners of Source Yoga, and Colleen Khalil Madsen of Menagerie Made Pet Sitting. Welcome, ladies. I am not at all surprised that UP is home to a number of very successful business owners who have found sort of this balance and have managed to somehow do this art of multitasking, as we call it. But Melissa, let's start with you. You and Erin have been partners for quite a while. Tell us about that partnership.
Yeah, well, our partnership actually started in college at the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. And we were both dance majors there, and we became really good friends, and we did an honors dance concert together, and that was when was born our relationship of working together really well.
Erin, so tell us a little bit about Source Yoga. I can see the link between the dance and Source Yoga, but you've been in business for a long time, very successful. Tell us about Source Yoga.
Sure. We opened in North Tacoma, our first location in North Tacoma in 2005. So we're coming up on 8 years there. And then 2 years ago, we opened our second location in University Place.
So. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Because, very rarely do you see, 8 years in business plus another second location, that's really exciting. And Colleen, now you're a little bit different in that you've been in business too for a long time, but tell us about Menagerie Made Pet Sitting. What is it?
Well, I also started in 2005. It's a company that allows me to care for people and their pets. It's all out of their home more than it is mine, but it allows me to take care of my family and run a company.
Absolutely. Now, one difference between Source Yoga and your business, Colleen, is that you're home-based. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it means I get to take care of all the things I have to take care of at home and still run a company. I have the flexibility of a schedule that allows me so much freedom for walking dogs or taking care of birds or taking care of foster children. I kind of do it all.
I know that when I visited Source Yoga on one of my site visits, I met with Erin. Melissa was gone because I assumed she was with her family. So how do you work this out? Is it better or best to have a partner, another women partner, to sort of do the business and do the work? How does this work for both of you?
It works beautifully. I wouldn't do it any other way, and I wouldn't do it with anybody else. Yeah, we really balance each other out with the skills that we have and the passion that we have in running the business. Not to mention, it's been a gift that we have been raising children. We each have 2 kids at the same time that we've been running businesses, so we've really been able to support each other and understand where each other's coming from.
No, see, that's kind of amazing to me that you've been really able to do both, and I often think, is there really a thing such as, Erin, do you think that there's really a thing called balance? Is there a thing?
Well, I think there can be, and we've really in the last year been working towards how can we really have this business work in our home life as well. And literally, I feel like we couldn't do it without each other, and also without the amazing team of teachers and staff that we have. Makes a huge difference that we really have a strong team of people around us.
Yeah, that's really true. And I've been to your location, and it's really constantly busy there. And between the 2 locations too, it's kind of amazing. I guess you have to have almost 2 people. But Colleen, okay, I can see some pluses to having your business at home, but that could be challenging too, isn't it? How do you designate that this is time for business versus your kids coming in, family life? How do you do that so expertly?
Well, I try really hard to allocate time for work versus home things. So maybe while the kids are at school, I can take phone calls or set appointments. certainly there's always overlap, and you have to teach the kids to be quiet when you're on the phone,
Right.
and help support your business. And we managed to do that really well. They're so smart.
You know, ladies, one of the things that I've always wondered is with the new technology that we have and the amazing things we could do, not being mobile and everything, do you think that this has really kind of changed the landscape so it's a little bit more even for women who are wanting to do their own business? Melissa, what do you think?
Well, I know that we, for example, have a software program,
Yeah.
you know, to run our business. And so we do at times work from home doing certain things. And so it does make it easier. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's so much that we can do that's online that we don't have to be in the physical space of the business to do. You know, Melissa
Yes.
might have a day, she might have a sick kid. We've both been in that
Yeah,
position
totally.
where we have a sick child at home and we have to do our work from home, and we have the flexibility to do that and the technology, like you're saying.
That's right. And Colleen, for you as well, I mean, people can probably, do you have like an online program or
I don't
system?
know how I'd live without my online calendar, truthfully. I get calls all the time for, can you come take care of my dog at noon? And I don't even know what my day's like until I dial it up, and it's right there.
Yeah.
So it's been really handy.
I almost think that even as a working, you know, somebody working just on a natural, normal basis, not even running a business, I couldn't do it without technology. And so I can see how that's very useful. Now, for you guys, for Source Yoga, I'm very pleased that you expanded into UP, but can you tell me why you chose UP for your second location?
We've always had in mind, even when we started the North Tacoma studio, that we wanted to have more than one and that we would eventually expand. We, you know, wanted it to be a neighborhood that was growing, that could tap into just new people that we weren't already tapping into, that wasn't necessarily that far removed,
Yes.
and a similar demographic with
Yeah.
what we're already working with.
So, Erin, is it? Are there more women doing yoga? Is this a myth? Because there's a lot of men.
There are more women in yoga classes than men. However, we have really noticed a trend over the last few years of more men coming in. Maybe they're getting a little bit older and starting to feel the effects of aging a little bit, stiffness, tightness,
Yes.
and stress,
Right,
frankly,
stress.
and wanting to bring yoga into one of their daily routines to deal with that.
That's right. And Colleen, now I see you all the time when I'm walking Chambers Bay. There you are walking all the dogs, and I know that the UP community is very, very into their pets and more like their dogs. So are you seeing that this is really helping you as a home-based, women-owned business, that we have this community that just pet lovers?
Well, they love their pets, and it's really nice to be able to pamper them when the owners can't be there.
So aside from that, we've had the recession and things went really decline in terms of opportunities for other women. I get the sense that maybe a lot of businesses started then. Do you think that that is true? That you've seen more of fellow business owners opening their business because lack of opportunities?
You know, we just rode it out, and we were really committed, you know, because we did see a dip for ourselves, but we were committed to continuing to serve our community.
Yes, yes. Well, so I know that there's always lessons learned, right? I'm interested in now that you've done it and been successful for years, what would you have done differently had you known better? Colleen?
Well, I started out with such a really limited scope that I think I changed myself just a little bit on what my capabilities were. And if I would have done it over again, I would have offered full service from the very beginning.
That makes sense. And maybe from Erin and Melissa, what advice would you have for any other women thinking about embarking on the same journey that you both did? Erin?
I would say, you know, if you have a vision and a dream, to really go for it. Melissa and we were both yoga instructors when we opened our first location, but we really, to be honest, did not have much business experience. So it's been you know, learning as we go kind of experience, and it's worked. It's been successful, and it really took us just stepping in, even though we didn't quite know all the details that we would have to know to run a business. But
doing it.
But it worked.
Melissa, anything else to add to those words of wisdom?
Yeah, I would say, you know, be passionate about what you're doing and don't be afraid to ask for help and to use the people around you to help support you, to have a really strong network of support.
That sounds like, very good words. Well, those are very inspiring stories, ladies. Thank you for joining me today. I want to thank you, Melissa, Erin. Maybe you'll see me in one of those yoga classes, I hope, if I'm good. And Colleen, I hope to run into you again, Chambers Bay, again if I'm being good. But please don't go away. When we return, I'm going to introduce you to some experts who will be providing local resources for other women entrepreneurs who are thinking about doing the same thing. So stand by.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back. It takes a tremendous amount of planning and persistence to build successful women-owned businesses. There are a number of local resources that cater to their needs and support these bold entrepreneurs. So with me today are 3 local experts providing resources and valuable support to our women business owners. Welcome, Linda Jadwin of the Puget Sound Business Center, Ruth Delanius, Executive Women International, and Rochelle Costner of the Women's Resource, Inc.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here. Our research indicates that nationally, there are a number of women-owned firms has increased by 59% since 1997. That's growing at least 1.5 times the normal average of just a local firm. Linda, as the Executive Director of the Puget Sound Business Center, do you see this statistic?
Every day. I would say the vast majority of people that walk into our office are women that are deciding to start their own businesses, and one of the faster growing segments are those that are over 50 that are ready to start.
That's pretty amazing.
It's great. It's great, and women take the whole community with them, so it's a lot more planning on a woman's starting than a man usually.
Absolutely. And I know Ruth and Rochelle, both of you have sort of network resources. And Ruth Delanius, you're here representing the Executive Women's International.
Yes.
Tell us exactly what that is.
It's a combination of community, career, and connections. If it takes a village to raise a child, it certainly takes a business community to make your business successful. And what we do is we combine businesses of all sizes and all different areas or industries, and those people get together and meet each other, and we work together for community projects. We do scholarships for our community, so it's a great way to meet other business people and connect with them. There are ways that you can enhance your career with education, and you have a whole list of mentors and people to work with, and community. We do good things for our community.
Wow, that sounds like a whole lot of support services. Rochelle, how is that any different? How is your Women Resource Network different from Ruth's?
Well, Women's Resource parallels a lot of what EWI does.
Yeah.
What we have I'm not going to say we have more fun. I'm just saying that we do a lot of social networking in the sense of real people. And if I can say a couple things, we do, like, we network over martinis. We have a thing called Female Executive Martini Monday. We have a thing called Business Network Tours, so we take you to your business, your place of business. We do a lot of network and noshing. Yes, and that's pretty the best way. I figure if you can network with your friends,
absolutely,
then you can build business.
That sounds totally like women.
Yeah, yeah. So
talking business over martinis,
right.
but now Linda, you do very serious business assistance.
Well, we do the training and the planning and help with business plans, help find financing. We work with numerous banks throughout the community to help kind of match women-owned businesses with the right bank and the funding sources. So I do the icky part.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
I recommend all these guys to do all the really fun stuff. I do the hard stuff.
But I'm also mobile, so it's really nice. I'm not stuck. Bates Technical College actually gives us an office space.
I see.
But we have some other community partners that also let us meet with clients. But I also go to a lot of businesses and just go see what they have going on to help wherever I can.
See. Yeah, it's a really good one-stop shop is how I kind of think about it.
And the Bates offers the Tacoma Business Center. So we have a SCORE office, we have a Procurement Technical Assistance Center, and a Small Business Development Center. And we're co-located there as well as Bates has a Management Training Center there.
Right,
so
and
it's
we've
really
used that
great.
with our regular business assistants. Now, ladies, are you seeing that some of the profiles of the women that come to your resource network and maybe the women who come to the business center, are they any, do they require kind of special assistance? Is it any different than what you would normally give to a regular business?
The strongest things that I need to teach women usually are to charge what they're worth. Consistently, women charge up to 1/3 less than a man would charge. And they also are so easy to give away their product because they know someone needs help. We're soft hearts.
Yes.
And sometimes that hurts the bottom line. I've had women give up to $30,000 in inventory away because they want to be so involved in the community. So that's the biggest thing we have to slow down as to we're worth what we need to charge and we need to charge.
Yeah, I mean that sounds so much like again women trait, nurturing, giving away. Rochelle and Ruth, I mean, talk about, give me a little bit of an example of some of the profile of the businesses, the women businesses that you see come join the network.
You know, we have, as I said, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses. Goodwill Industries is one of our members, and they're huge. They do all kinds of training, and they're an awesome part of our association. I think it's interesting to hear that women over 50 are jumping in and starting their own businesses. I've been, you know, in my industry for a long time, but it's great to hear that women over 50 are getting more involved.
That's wonderful.
You know, the kids
that's
are pretty well taken care of.
We're looking for something. Yeah, we were just talking about home-based businesses, and there's a lot of that. Rochelle, what do you think are the top challenges that our local women entrepreneurs face? I'm sure you get to talk about these a lot, right?
Right. Well, a lot of challenges. A lot of it's building your team.
Okay.
And because people don't know where to go.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, if you're going to start a business, you need all those pillars, I call them. You need your insurance, you need your finance, you need your business mentors. You need to build a team that can help you. And don't be afraid to ask. You know, there are other people out there that have been successful, and I say ask them questions, go after them, and just not trying to get their business, but to actually ask them for advice. I think women are afraid to ask for advice sometimes. One piece of advice is if you ask for it, accept it too. You know, at least how can you incorporate that into your daily business mantra?
That sounds very, you know, right on.
Right.
You know, I've asked the earlier guests whether it's new technology have sort of opened up the playing field for women. And you know, in UP, half of our businesses are home-based, and I can't tell you how many of those are women-owned. Right. And so do you think from, Ruth, what do you think about that? Do you think technology?
I think technology has been huge. I know in my industry it has. I can, I'm an insurance agent. I can find coverage for someone over the internet. I can text them, you know, your bill is due. It's just been phenomenal. It's so amazing what technology has enabled us to do.
I don't think we can survive without it anymore, really.
I couldn't.
Well, before we leave, are there any parting words, and I'll start with Linda, any parting words of advice that you can give any women out there, well actually even women in business right now who are wanting to maybe expand and grow their business, and new women startups? Start with you, Linda.
Really go and explore, use that technology that's out there and explore some websites. There's a lot of free or low-cost services available, especially to women. And don't be afraid to ask for help because it is there.
Right on. Ruth?
Don't be afraid to ask someone that you know or that you know through the chamber or some other. Don't be afraid to ask for their business. You know, you want to do business with the people that do business with you.
Rochelle?
I'm going to say network, but pick 1, 2, or 3 that you can own.
Okay.
Own it. Don't just go to one or two and write it off. Own it, get involved, participate, donate, communicate, you know, get involved.
Sounds right on.
Get
Thank you,
involved.
ladies.
Thanks.
Well, our time is up. I'd like to thank all of our guests. What a great, inspiring stories we heard today. So until the next time, remember, think and shop local. And hey, don't be surprised if it's a woman-owned business.